So this is part 3, where I'm actually going to look at the strongest stocks and without interruptions. These are criteria. Stock is above yesterday's close, and price is above. Price movement is at least above 0%. Price is above 1, and it's at least $1 million average on 5-day average for my account, and for your account you can 10x that, your portfolio size. And so this account I trade here in the US market is less than 100k, and I'm not going to say how much it is, but because it's none of your concern, but just so you understand. So 10x your account size at least, and you can also do 100k shares here. You see I still have 3,500 stocks, but it doesn't matter. I'm only going to look at the top 1 to 10 or whatever. So this one is always sorted by strongest since open. So that's how I always do this one. And on my laptop, I will only see 1 or 2 tickers because everything is going to shrink, and I prioritize these ones lower. And so let's look at the next one. So this is biotech stock. A lot of volume here. And this is weekly down here. This is hourly. This is 5 minutes. So we see it's a quite recent stock. And here it was probably one of those SPACs, because of the before here was 10, and then suddenly you got price movement, and we've been trading down since then. So this is the first base, and we're coming out of the base, crossing the 30-week and 9-week EMAs here. Actually, I think it looks like 100. What's this? Oh no. Yeah, I'm correct. 9 and 30. I don't have the other ones. 9 and 30. So once it does that, you can buy the next consolidation, which would be here. So you could buy there, and you can definitely buy on the retest of the 100 MA, which is the brown line here. You can buy anything above that, like when you have a setup. So for example, on a very short time frame, you could have set up here. But if you look at the ADX here, it's only 70. No, wait, 23. So it is moving up and above 15. So perhaps you probably wouldn't trade it here, but you could. I like that opportunity. I think I would trade it here if I saw it, and then because it's been proving itself, right? Surfing the 9, not even coming down to the 20, and over here also, not that I've been using the ADX so long actually, but the ADX is really moving up, and it's around 25 at here. And so it should be pretty low because it's coming from like 52-week low. So this is really nice place to buy, but perhaps for different reasons we don't have confirmations. We have rel volume here, but no real huge volume pickup yet. But you can see relative to this one is not even shown. So sometimes it's actually better to cap the volume. What happened? So if I would do this, you would see this one. This is actually, you see on the orange that it's a rel vol times 3, which is my marking for that. But it's also like a much higher volume relative to previous ones. But these are so high that we can't see it. But even when it's coming down here, look at that volume and look at that retest on the 100 and that tennis ball action here. Like Mark Minervini would say, that's 80% move on that reversal. I'm not sure if, I don't know the name, but it could be I don't know. I'm not going to use, and also that's a retest of a previous level, right? And a retest of, you don't even need to draw the previous level because you have the 100 here. 100 is like the pivot level in itself. Really, really underrated moving average that I've been doing videos about, a few of them. You can look that up. And anyhow, where would you trade this? This is undercut rally trade, and you can trade it here. Key reversal candles will be shown here on the hourly, for example. Look at that move. Anyhow, like all our look at that volume picking up. So something happened here. 184%. And it's very volatile. Small cap, 1.6 billion. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. What happened? EFTR. No, it's microcap, 42 million. It could be a bit higher now. I'm not sure it's counting right. Float is definitely off in TC2000, but it's close. So it's like within the it's not going to be 10x this for sure. And this is an Apple Vision play, I think. It's extra moves today, but look at that. These are closest above 5 in a row. 7 closest above 5 in a row, and then we have 16 of those. So 7 plus 6, 15, or 16, I'm not sure. So that's a lot, 20 whatever, 2. And days in a row above 5 closest. And then we have a few not, and that's a really buy. This is a buy point. I didn't see this one for some reason. So this is worth looking up. Some say it's a shit company. I'm not sure. It's hardware related, and they do like parts, microchips and things for Apple Vision, and perhaps, and also others. I'm not sure about the Apple Vision thing, but people were saying it on Twitter, so you can look that up. And it's at least rumored to do that. And this volume now, I'm not used to seeing it truncated, so it's 33.4, and that's the annoying part. I wish it actually would say like how many million I have here. But it doesn't when I truncate it. So that's a no-go. Maybe I could print it up here. So that's why I don't truncate it. It's like a... could be more elegantly solved, I think. I think we should be able to truncate it, but then it should still print this volume box here, at least for the recent day. And but I guess that's not going to be consistent if we're like, we can't still see this one without moving it over. So I don't know. I'm not going to tell you how to trade this because that should be fairly obvious. Here, trade it here or here. That's it. You can also trade it here. Look at this retest above, retest, and explodes up. You can buy it here. You can buy it here. You probably wouldn't find it here, but you could. So this is a recent high. This candle, if it explodes above that and takes out the pivot MA 100, we're in a play for sure. When the volume's picking up, you should be looking up what's up with this one. Look at Twitter, look at news. What's happening here? This is a runaway move. It's beautiful. So this is explosion. So we're gonna be selling into that. We'll be careful here. Not gonna add to like here, of course. But we could have bought it here, and we could probably have bought it today here. Ignore this line that's just pointing to this news. So what? Yeah, let's get down. ALVR. So I already noted this one in the morning. No. This one came in midday. Something happened. Are we on the 5? So see, not midday, but not directly on the close. It came a few minutes after. So that's, what's that, 10? So that's half an hour after. It did move up here already. It came down, but the big move came here. That's when I saw it. And I saw it in the scan then, which is secret scan. I don't have many secrets, but that's one. What else? Also retest the 100, coming back down, and then you can buy as it goes above up. And that probably what happened here. Yeah. So you can, of course, you can buy it already here if you find it. But this where the 100, actually I just happened to draw the line here, but it's actually also where we probably should have bought it. And we can also buy the first pullback to the 20 on the 5. If it's flagging here, we can buy that candle. And equally, we can buy this candle. You see this candle here? It's very tight, right? And there's no volume. So maybe, I'm not sure if it was a halt here. Could have been. Since that's normally the look of a halt. And anyhow, the realistic thing is to buy this candle. And if you did, buy this candle, when it closes above last bar, so let's take this one above that. Either if it goes down and comes up, you can also buy as it crosses the low. But more conservative to buy as it crosses the high of that candle if it's not super high. And it's a bit higher candle, longer candle, then maybe you should wait to buy it, or you buy like half of it, or whatever, when it's looking stronger. So it's a relative to these candles. This one is bullish, right? And you can also look at the 8x here as well. So here the 8x is about 30, and it's coming about a bit down, which is expected, but it's already it came up and it's above 30. When it's okay if it comes down below and pointing down, as long as it's not very steep slope. you can buy that candle still, though you can have confirmation from that here. And volume coming in, look at the volume here and the volume here, right? You can also, if you're buying down here, you can also sell part or all on this candle, because why? The volume. And also a level, which is close to 550. It's extending way above, and people are taking profit. That's why you have so much volume here. So it's a lot of exchange here, also a lot of selling, and this confirms that. And we wait for it to hold, so we also have, I'm going to turn that off. Sorry. And that was my broker closing for 1 hour after close, the Swedish one. And they're going to calculate, so then it's going to be really annoying and crash if you don't close it. So the Norwegian software, never buy Norwegian software if you can avoid it. They are the last communist state in the Western world. They have 5-year plans for everything. They can't innovate. For some reason. I think it's the 5-year plan because of the oil. Now, so I said that. Things can change. They started to do some good pop music actually, which was really surprising. So things can change. ALVR, what are we talking about? We can buy it here. So let's go back into time. So if you buy it here, this is the same. You can sell on this candle here. Look, it's similar, right? Volume, close to 6, actually hitting 6 or 5.99, something like that. Extending. There's also level here. Look, both here, and here. If you go across here, no, this is in the way. If we do, let me do a line. Not cocaine. So we do a line here. You see, actually that's correct. We're gonna hit all over here. So this is an important level. Hits that, comes down. Look at that, it's gonna explode like a magnet towards that candle. Latecomers are buying here while others are selling. And that's liquidity play. And you can see it in the volume. And extension. I shouldn't tell you these things. Anyhow, that's a few of the strong stocks. Big, lots. Very nice action here. Lot of volume coming down. Several lows here. This indicates 7 closest below 5 MA in a row, and then we have 4 of those in a row. So, and a lot of volume here. So this is kind of capitulation. That's a gap up here. So look also at the U shape here for the volume, and then that pickup on volume. I couldn't find a lot of news, but on this day, the CEO bought 248k stocks, which is probably not a lot for him, but he did buy. It's his money, and it means something. So this is note, and I don't know. IWM started to move today and was the absolutely strongest, Russell. And I tried to buy it here, but I couldn't find it because the Swedish market was closed. for the Swedish derivatives, and I really couldn't find a way to buy it. So I did buy without leverage, so I found an ETF and I bought that, but it's 1x and annoying. So I got some, but that's like a percent, whatever, 1.6. I wanted to buy that with 10, like 5 and 20x, and for longer and shorter term play. Anyhow, let's go back to the previous one. So that's maybe why it's these types of stock were moving extra today. Because maybe there was some news, but I couldn't find it, and I looked for it. This one has a nice like Fisher type of play. A lot of volume coming in. We're at 52-week low. Actually, it's an IPO. Is that up move? So this one actually is going. It's a bit low price. Because of that, I'm not moving it to Darvas. Instead, I'm moving it to Double Trouble. And yeah, and so that's nice when this volume comes in, coming up above. I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but it's coming up above the 100 MA, retests it, and breaks out from there. Look at that. Putting in a low here, undercut, rally. You could get 16% on that, or something like that. 25, 30, depending where you buy it and slippage. But you're probably not going to find it because it's below 1. And I found it now because now it's above 1. So this one is not realistic unless you're looking for stocks below $1. And you could, but most of the time I don't. Most of my scans have, I think, at least 1. Sometimes a bit more, 3 or 5. But I do like to play these also. Okay, are we looking to one more? So directional 3x banks, regional banks. So this one we've been waiting for a while. It came with IWM, or maybe, and actually that's the reason why IWM pushed, because the banks are actually doing, look at this, higher lows, and it's also a double V pattern. So if we would draw, can I draw, repeat? Can I do this? Let's see. So I do, let me draw this. I should draw it a bit stronger. Then I draw this, then I draw this, and then I draw. This is not beautiful. Oh, fuck. Okay, let me redo this. Maybe I do this very beautiful blue color. Then I'm going to turn off the repeat. And delete. I need to delete some drawings here. Okay, let me redo this. I'm gonna change. Oh, I see. Let's let's do that default. Okay. Move this to the side to use it later. Okay, now we're gonna go. We go this, we go that, we go this. And then we do escape, we get out, and let's do this. So this is like a W, right? But it's also a high and low. So we're looking for high and lows. And then if you do a cross here, let's also go back here and do this as default. And what happened? I went back. And that's how you do it. Delete things in TradingView, which I use half the time. So it's a bit confused there. Okay, delete. And maybe we're gonna, like this was not really beautiful. I should be more careful drawing these things. Maybe something like this. And as you see here, we have a breakout and a retest and then a real breakout, right? So it's a similar like I was explaining at the 100 EMA, but you can do that also on the trend line and these MAs. So that's a confirmation setup with a breakout. But I think it's stronger when it confirms like that. I don't know why I'm doing that. So today there were regional banks everywhere. And I think they will continue to be in play. But we don't know. But it could be, because this is quite bullish and there's a lot of volume there. So we have, I think also Idiot, Iron, MVT and Crisp usually go together. This one didn't go. Okay, so that's interesting. Gonna add an alert here. This one likes to cross back. So I'm gonna add that to watch list and I'm gonna move that to the top, because I think the people trading this like it to cross below the MAs to then push up, and it's actually doing that. So you see also the 9 is coming below the 20, and if it pushes up, we have a cross back there. Well, actually, that's not really a true cross back, right? Price should come below and then up. Not sure. I think it could be that's definitional cross back. Ask Oliver Kell. I think so. Anyhow, can be a really nice setup if it works, and it seems like the people trading this one like to trade it that way. Each stock I will trade differently dependent on the big institutions trading it and the guys and girls and dogs trading it. So let's go. That's it. I'm gonna stop the video there. Also have my watch telling me to go to bed or start preparing for it. So yeah, that's the video, third part, and finally I got through some of the stronger stocks, and you got a lot of inside info on the way. on how you can treat different stocks. So that's it. Good luck. Hope you learned something. See you in the next one.